Everyone stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, I'm sorry, but I did lose in the stock market. If you want to get notifications before we go live, tap the bell and subscribe. Appreciate you. It happens. Anyways, if you want to join the UVH fam, links are below to our Discord along with our free options trading group. In the Discord, we pretty much hang out all day, trade options. I post my wins. I post pretty much I trade. Blah. Sorry, little crazy day. I post all my trades in the Discord, wins or losses, and actually going to go through them today here. Yo, Jeff, what's going on? If you're here right now, say what up. I want to see who's watching. Drinking a little Coke today. Treat myself to a little caffeine and sugar. If you made money today, comment below. Got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. Yo, what's going on? Arizona's big brother. Back on that Coke, right? Yeah, we're hitting the bottle. We're hitting the bottle. Yo, Andrew, what's going on? All right. On red days, we drink Coke. Yes, we are. I see you, FC, in the Discord. I see you. I'm watching everything. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. Yo, Chathan, what's going on? My son was looking for where his iPad was and was barging in here. I'm up on GE, down on Snap. So if you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. We're going to be going through my trades. Today was my biggest losing day in over a year, and honestly, and it's also my first red day since September 10th. So, been very disciplined, and then we go into today, lose $673 today. Is it bad to day trade? No, it's not bad to day trade. Reworks got paid. Nice. Yeah, there's mostly people in the Discord got paid today, except for me. So, in the UVH community. So we're gonna go through this. As you can see here, I'm gonna walk you through the process here. Robinhood is not good for anything, whether you're day trading or not. But that's again my opinion. I had the biggest losing on BYND, then Netflix and Tesla, and then TWLO. So yeah. Anyways, this morning we'll go through these trades here. This morning got sucked in. Let me. I think it's going to be easier if I go through the trades because if I look here on my activity, there's just like a ton of trades in here, and I think the biggest downfall today was just over trading. At one point, at my very first two trades this morning, I was right. I was down by $125, but then I came back and I was up $100 in the day, and then I closed the day down 673. Let me close this out here. Okay, these are my trades for today. So like I said in the Discord, I just want to go through, that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I had a really good day, very disciplined, spent the rest of the day downtown. So this morning, my first two trades, SPY and TWLO, between those, I was down $125 on them both. I lost $60. I lost $60 on SPY. I bought it for 84 cents, then sold it for 52 cents, and then on Twilio I bought it for $2 and I sold it for $1.39. So right off the bat I was down $125. And the biggest issue if you guys are trading, if you were trading SPY here, I was trying to short SPY, and I think the biggest mistake this morning was trying to trade before the transcript that Trump released regarding his call with the Ukraine president. The biggest mistake was trying to trade that before it happened, and then after it did happen, those positions weren't looking so good. But the good news is, on those positions, I stayed disciplined. I had a lot of discipline. Going into that. I was able to cut my positions, stay disciplined. I was down $125 in the day at that point in time, and we came back. And after I got out of SPY and Twilio, so if we're looking at SPY and Twilio here, Twilio I thought was going to break down. It was coming back up here to like the 106 area. I thought it was going to come back down to the 105 area, and it didn't, so I cut my losses. Tesla, the Dems got me today, man. They get everyone, every once in a while. Whether it's Trump or the Democrat, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. I mean, this could go both ways. Trump screws you, Democrats screw you. I mean, they found a way to do it today. So this morning on Tesla, I'll pull up the trades on Tesla here. I don't know. Is it easier to read from the Discord or from like the screen here, guys? Let me know. I'm just trying to find a way to filter out all this noise because there's just like so much stuff. And then if I do it from my Discord, it gives more of like a chronological play on how on what went down. But anyways, I bought at 10 a.m. At 9:47 a.m. I bought a call, the 227.50 call, for $1.86, and then I sold it for $3.45. At 10 a.m. So pretty much I sold this rip here. When it got to the top of this rip, I sold it off, and right at 10 a.m. So right when this new candle here, this red one was opening up, I was able to sell this off for 80% win. And at this point in time, I was up after being down $125. I was then up $100 on the day, and I probably should have said, okay, we went from red to green. We should probably call it quits. But instead, I pushed it. And my analysis today, you can check with the guys at the Discord, basically was, okay, now that the news is over, the bad news is over today, we're probably going to head higher. We're probably going to be moving higher today. And I got faked out, and I cut my positions, and I got basically what they would call, it's kind of like a double whammy. You lose on the puts, you lose on the calls. You just can't seem to win. And that's what happened to me. I mean, it got faked out. I thought I put on another position here at on Tesla after I sold it. This is where the wheels started to fall off on Tesla. Actually, on my day overall. As soon as I put this next position on, let me get to. As soon as I put this next position on, this is where the wheels fell off. I bought it for $1.75. I bought the 232.50 call, and I sold it for $1.04, and that's when the losses just started to. That's when the losing streak started to happen. Is right here. Is I got greedy. I got greedy, and I thought, okay, on a little bit of pullback here, I think it's going to push higher, and it ultimately did. But you shouldn't. The mistake was to get right back into the trade. I just had an 80% win on Tesla within 10 minutes, and then because that was so easy, I didn't stay disciplined, and I got back in. I'm like, okay, pull back a little bit. We're gonna move forward, and then we had this big red candle here, which then I sold my position on for $1.04. So I bought it for $1.75, and then I sold it for $1.04 on this big red candle here, and then obviously it started a downtrend. So then I got the bright idea on Tesla to go ahead and buy some puts. So I bought the 220.50 puts. And the thing is, so then I was trading this downtrend here, And it was going lower until it ultimately reversed, and we lost another 50%. I bought them for I bought the 220, 250 puts for 255, and I sold them for $1.35. Almost 50%. And when you're looking at this, you're like, today I think was just, as soon as I got back into Tesla, I probably should have stopped trading as soon as I went from red to green to then red again. And then, because ever since you go red again, then I was just driving my losses even further. So I was trying to catch up, and I was trying to get back to where I was, and it just didn't work out. I have puts on Nike, think it'll dip tomorrow. Stayed pretty sideways today with stupid high volume. Yeah, I was gonna trade the fade on Nike as well, but because I was doing so poorly, I decided not to. So with the overall market, I think that for me, I took on too much risk, and I wasn't waiting for the trades to develop 100%. I wasn't waiting for clear reversals. I wasn't waiting for signs to get back in. I was kind of just trading ad hoc, and that is not a good strategy. That is not a good strategy. Just trying to play the ranges, and charts like this I generally don't do very well on. Charts like this I also generally don't do very well on. And this morning I was pretty much laying low in the morning because I didn't see anything that was that interesting to me until SPY dipped and then came back up, and then I tried to short, and then that's when I got a little bit in trouble with that. But I did notice, like, throughout the day as the losses were mounting, I was getting more relaxed by letting my losers run a little bit longer than I should. I should have been disciplined, and I should have cut my losses and got out of the market and waited for better setups. So at least you know what you did wrong. Yeah, I mean, excellent. You have a good point. I mean, I was carefree, and probably is also probably due to me not having a red day since September 10th. I tell people this all the time, that it's kind of like the saying goes, the pride comes before the fall all the time, and when things are going well, you automatically think that it's going to continue to go well, right? So even though in the last couple of weeks, even though I did have losing days, like today I had losing days, I was able to reverse those into green days. And then today I just tried too hard to reverse it, and it just didn't go the direction that I wanted it to go. Obviously, I didn't stay end of the story is I wasn't disciplined enough to be green. I deserve to be red. I deserve to lose money. When you lose money like this, it's not the market's fault. It's your fault. Like, it's my fault that I lost money today. Going into BYND, probably shouldn't have traded this. I lost on it twice as well. I had the 140 calls and the 135 puts on this, and BYND, both I lost. And I also, the other thing is I also let my losses go to 50%. Usually I cut my losses like 25, 30%. I hardly ever let it get beyond 40%. And it was overall just sloppy. It was just sloppy. BYND, I was thinking that we were going to, after it sold off, coming back up, I was going to short it back down to 135, and it looked like it was going to happen. The worst part about it, most of my positions that I had on today, I was up 10 to 25% on. If I just took little profits along the way, this would have been an entirely different story. I would have made $600 instead of losing $600, right? So, as we just got a little bit too relaxed today. So BYND, I thought that it was also going to crap out here as well, and it didn't. It pushed higher. So, the market doesn't really care what you want it to happen. You just think sometimes you just think you're right, and if you're not right, you gotta cut your losses and get back in at a different time. You can't just, I think, looking back over the last 2 weeks, I've been the most successful trading before noon. So I'm Central, so noon, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I make most of my money between open and noon. And open here is 8:30, and noon is Central time. So I make most of my money within the 3 to 4 hour period there. And I noticed that once we get beyond noon, things get a little messy, because then you also come on like a low volume lunch, which we had on SPY, where we were just like chilling in here. We were looking like we wanted to leg up, but nothing was really happening. We kept getting rejected around the 297 area, and we just didn't leg up until after lunch. Then we had the final push in the last couple hours of trading today. I was going to swing I had the 135 puts. I did think it was going to come back down, but at this point, I mean, the BYND trade was one of my last trades of the day. I just said, hey, let's forget it. We need to get out of here, because every time I've hung on, I've increased my losses. So I needed to cut it. Also, Apple. I mean, Apple, I only made $2 on, and this was just a dumb mistake. Apple. So Apple, I had the 220. This was a very good setup. This was a very good trade, if I were to execute it correctly. Now at 9:58, and this is what happens when you hold on to a trade too long. I held on too long, and I barely got out with a profit. I mean, I made $2 on it. It was pretty terrible. 9:58, put the trade on 220. This is a really good setup. So at 9:58, so right in here, I think it was right before it pushed it up to 220. At 9:58, I got in $1.72, and it pushed up higher here. At this point, it was 11:15. I should have took my profits. I was up like 30%. I was up $50 on this trade. I should have took it. Instead, I held on, and then I sold for only $2 profit, only for it to bounce back off this 220 area. And when you have losing trades and things are just not going to plan, and things are not going, you get a little careless, and that's what happened here. I was relaxed on my profits. I then closed the position out with only a $2 win. Thankfully, I didn't lose money on this position, but this was a really great setup. It legged up, had a nice move back up to almost 221. Should have just took the money. Instead, I held on. I mean, this is the mistake right in here. We put it on right it was like 219.90. It pushed up another $1. Should have taken the profits. I mean, that's typically where I would take profits, is after a $1 move on the stock. I tend to take profits, and that's just not what happened. You have the knowledge, that's for sure. Been watching your videos for a long time. You're right about chasing trades today. You'll be all right as long as you stay disciplined long term. Yeah, I mean, just because I lost one day doesn't mean that it needs to continue. Like, moving forward, I mean, you have to, like tonight, and especially my watch list video, and then tomorrow, you're gonna have to trade small. You're gonna have to really understand where you made the mistakes. Like when you lose money in the market, whether you're losing $100, $10,000, or whatever. If you had a red day, it doesn't matter if you had a red day by $1. You knew to evaluate what went wrong. Like, because you're going to make the same mistakes again. You're going to go back tomorrow and lose another $600. Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to turn $600 losing day into a losing streak. One day doesn't have to be continuation. You don't have to continue with the red days, but you will continue with the red days. You need to continue with the red days. I need to find a newbie trading chat. You will continue with the red days if you don't analyze your mistakes and analyze what went wrong with your trades today. And I think the only way you can do that is like through growth and maturity, and then also going through each trade that you put on and looking at the chart. I mean, every time I lost today, I also reevaluate why I lost. And then, at the end of the day, I closed my last trade out at right before power hour, 2 p.m. Closed my last trade of the day and just said we're done. Good thing I did because I was short everything. So I think moving forward, Netflix was another one. I mean, it was pretty much the same story all day today. Netflix was another one. I was shorting down in here, and then it legged up, and I got stopped out around like the 261 area, and it moved up to 266. Good thing I cut it because I could have had like $1,000 losing day if I were to hold on to these trades. If I held on, it would have been a way worse story. I'm not trying to have $1,000 losing day here, or because if the capital in your account and the money in your account, I mean, $600 is not going to kill me at the end of the day. It's unfortunate. I think for me, it's more about what I did to have so many losing trades in a row. And then that's where the core issue is. It's not about the money, because the money could be any amount. The money could be if I lost $20 a day. I mean, depending on what account sizes you guys have. We all have different account sizes. Some people I know are trading with 6 and 7 figures. Some people are just trading with $200. So you need to adjust and reevaluate. What charts did you have an issue on? I mean, I initially had trouble with the whole Trump thing and the whole impeachment thing and understanding what's going on there. The whistleblower report was just delivered to the Senate community. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Aaron took a 1K loss today. Yeah, it means, I mean, we all win, we all lose. This was just part of the game. I mean, fortunately, $600 isn't not the biggest loss I ever suffered in a long time, but for a consistent trader like me, this loss is the biggest loss I've had in the year. I don't let my losses get this big normally, and I let it get in the way, and we pay the price. This is what happens. Losses are part of the journey as long as you learn from them, of course. Andres, Nike puts are garbage after earnings. Yeah, I mean, earnings are a gamble. I mean, if you look at Nike, I mean, today it looks kind of on the bear side, even though it did gap up, gave back some, but really didn't really give it back that much. I mean, sitting still at all-time highs here, so you got to be careful when stocks are all-time highs. You got to be careful shorting that. And if you're not hedging, you got to be careful about hedging, not hedging earnings plays. I had a SPY put this morning, got in at the wrong time. Yeah, I was down $60 on SPY as well, Dustin, this morning, due to the news. But it's my fault. At the end of the day, it's my fault. But turning things around, moving forward, the things that I like to do: analyze your trades. Analyze what went wrong. Were you trading too big? Were you trading too much? Were you the type of setups that you were trading? Were you getting greedy? Were you not disciplined in taking off your loss? Did you not have a great exit strategy? All that stuff. For me, I let my losses run too long. I didn't take profits when most of these positions were profitable at a point in time. I was profitable on Apple. I was profitable on Tesla. I was profitable on BYND. I was profitable on a lot of the stocks that I went red on. So at the end of the day, it's my fault that happened. I agree. Didn't manage my stops efficiently, and it bit me in the butt. Now we just need to learn from this day and move on. Yeah, we just gotta learn, move on. I mean, that's what we gotta do. Is it's just one day. Like I said, I've been profitable last 15 days, last 14 days, last 2 weeks. Last red day was September 10th. You don't have that many green days in a row without being disciplined, not having consistency. And sure, maybe I don't make as much money as I want to on those days, or maybe I don't capture the full moves. But as long as you're growing and building your account, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you just do the best you can with what you have, and the time that you have it in. That being said, if you guys have any stocks that you guys want to talk about, if you're here right now, say what up. If going through my pain has been of value to you, I'd appreciate you if you hit the like button. I think today was just kind of rough. It was a slow grind up. Home Depot. Home Depot was another one. I did make some money on Home Depot. Home Depot was actually a good trade. I did take the trade off early, and also when you're in a position, I actually put the Home Depot on. Home Depot, I bought it at $9.36 for $1.82. I bought the 225 calls, and I sold them for $1.98. Those calls are now worth $3.40, as you can see here. Where I got stopped out by was we were heading up here. What time did I get it? 9:36. So I did a good job. I bought the bottom, and then at 10:04 we were up in here. I had the 225s, Home Depot. And it just, yo, what's going on, Carria? On the downtick here, I took it off when it came back down to the 225.64. When I had a downtick, I was afraid that it was going to go lower because also SPY was a little starting to break down in here as well. I took it off, and I should have just held to like 226, 226.50 area. Aaron, I don't think I'm going to be playing Tesla for a little while. Tesla and Beyond, I think I'm going to... Tesla, Beyond, and Netflix, I think I'll chill on. Yeah, Daniel, the chop was real. I had a 50% profit put on Snap last night. I bought a call for overnight protection on the day trades, made $400 on the call, and $68 on the put. Rewards. That's how you're doing it, man. That's how you're doing it. I will do a watch list. I just need some time to digest what just happened in the market. Roku was one of the ones that I was talking about in the watch list last few days. I was thinking it's going to have some consolidation down in the 100 area, which is currently doing that. I'm hoping that it crushes premiums a little bit. Calls were up a little bit. Puts were crushed today. I'm thinking that it's going to hang out in here. We need premium. I wanted to trade it. The premium was just so expensive, and the moves. The moves the last couple of days really weren't that good. Yesterday we made good money in Roku, but today, premium got crushed because it only moved. It did move $4 from highs to lows, but it was very, very choppy, very difficult to trade that. Unless you bought like around 102. Like if you bought some calls around the 102, it just. Like in here it really turned me off. Going, kept getting rejected at 106. It was turning down, and then all of a sudden we ripped back up. How do you think this whole impeachment inquiry is going to affect? Yeah, I talked about it last night. I did do a video. Right now it's a little bit too early to tell because Trump is saying that this is no news. They're out to get me. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Meanwhile, the Democrats seem to have, they think, like the silver bullet to take down Trump. However, at this point, we need more information to come out. We don't actually have the information to make a reasonable decision on what's going on here. Yo, Manny, what up? How you doing? Right now it could go either way. Maybe the Democrats have something that's building a case towards that. Maybe this is just one piece. Or maybe the Democrats are full of crap and Trump is right. Or maybe Trump's completely. Right now we don't. As the American people, the public, we're getting very little information on what the entire picture looks like. We're just getting like pieces here and there, and they're trying to impeach, and they said the House is going to we'll move forward with impeachment, but if the Senate says if impeachment comes across their table, they're going to shoot it down. Was going to ask the same question. I need that first transit to take a little uncertainty out of the market, I think. So right now, I think things are going to be choppy because there's uncertainty, but also we have affirmation from Trump saying, hey, it's not that bad. You guys need to chill. Nothing's going on. By the way, we might have a trade deal with China sooner than you know it. All of a sudden, we're started pumping, right? And that's just it's not fair. It's just what they do. It's politics. We can't. The best thing that we can do is just kind of ride it. But right now, I think for most traders, the difficulty is trading news and political events versus trading fundamentals. I mean, there was a time where we were talking about, oh, look how well so and so did on their earnings, and look at what their stock price is. Oh, they're undervalued, or oh, they're overvalued. Now it's, hey, the tariffs and the trade war is going to in fact impact Apple or these stocks, and it doesn't matter if these stocks have blowout earnings. What matters is what's happening with this trade war, what's happening with the politics, and over the last year. I mean, even if you go on to like CNBC or anybody, they're not talking about numbers. They're not talking about the products these companies make anymore. They're not talking about their earnings. They're not talking about their earnings growth. They're not talking about all that stuff. They're just talking about politics and news events, and that's just drowning out everything else. I mean, also there's a lot of unknowns with the trade war. I mean, Trump has been saying we're going to have an agreement for a year and a half, and we have not. Only things have gotten worse. We just keep getting pushing on more tariffs. All we need is China to do one thing, and then Trump to wake up pissed one morning and saying, okay, you know what, we're actually going to put 50 billion more tariffs on this. Have a nice day. People don't even understand what impeachment is. They expect something like a coup. Yeah, I mean, impeachment's it's not like something that's gonna happen overnight. And I was looking on Twitter, and people, I think, are understanding the actual process. I mean, Clinton was impeached by the House, but then it was acquitted by the Senate. People are acting like he's going to get impeached by the House, and people just think, oh, you get impeached by the House, you're done, you're good to go. But hey, there's checks and balances here, and the reason why is so we can't just, I mean, yes, we could throw out a dictator if we get one, but we also have checks and balances to throw. It is what it is. I'm not going to get too political on this, but Clinton was impeached by the House, but then acquitted by the Senate, and Clinton served the rest of his term. What's going to happen with Trump? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, who's better, Trump or Pence? I mean, Pence. I don't know. I mean, Pence is going to have to fill his shoes for the next year. Let's say he does get impeached, totally is out. Then we have to deal with Pence. What does that mean? What does that mean for the stock market? What does that is Pence going to lighten up and say, oh, we actually don't need these tariffs, and we'll be soft on China, or will he double down and just be like another Trump? You don't know. You don't know the better of two evils until you have one. People are mad because we have Trump, but are you going to be even more angry with Pence? I don't know. I mean, he's the next in line. If Trump gets removed, we have Pence. So it's not like, from what I think is, you're not going to be removing a Republican president and getting a Democratic one. You're removing a Republican president and getting another Republican president that was on the same ticket, has the same ideals, same beliefs, and he was on the same campaign and looking to carry out the same vision. So, who's really winning here? The Democrats. I think, if anything, the Democrats are trying to make Trump look bad before the next election, so they can fight him on that during the debates. And they can't, because they know that. Let's just be real here. They know that if the economy is doing well, unemployment is low, he's got a lot of things to brag about right now. Economy, we're at all-time highs on the stock market. Unemployment's low. All these things to brag about, so they got to bring him down. I mean, I think that this is about the campaign for the 2020 election. I don't think they really care if they remove Trump or not. I don't think they care about that. I think what they care about is getting a Democratic president next round. People can't even wrap their minds around 50 billion, 1 billion seconds, 13. Appreciate you guys. So, appreciate you guys hanging out with me, hearing me rant a little bit on my $700 losing day. Hope I didn't rant too much. But I will be doing a watch list video later today. I will be letting this settle. We will be coming back fresh tomorrow, and we'll be green tomorrow. So $100 learn day, just the perfect amount. Do you come back tomorrow after a rough day? Dustin, I will come back tomorrow, but it's going to be real slow. I'm not going to be doing nearly as many trades. I will be looking for better setups, and I will be just taking my time. If I didn't know what I did wrong today, and I was just like, man, I can't believe I lost money today. Like, what the heck is going on? I can't believe it. Then that's when you need to take more time off. But I know exactly where I did wrong. I know exactly what tripped me up. I know exactly what the issues were. So that way we can resolve those issues and move forward. But if you don't know where you made mistakes, like if you're a new trader, you're watching this, you don't know where you're making the mistakes, you don't know why you're losing money, you probably shouldn't go back in and say, okay, I'm going to risk more money if you don't understand the reasons why you lost money today. So that's my take. So anyways, guys, be safe, stay green. As always, it's us versus herd.